Hey, Pusnet, new little video. This one is 3 little videos that by themselves I was not be able to. It wouldn't make a nice video on their own, but together they make a pretty decent video, and it's on preparedness and not radio. But be prepared, there'll be a little video soon for this little device here, this little puppy, and this kit that comes with it, and with some field time, hopefully, if it works. But get back on the video. So the first thing is, last year I did a video. I reached the 2-month supply of food that I have, and so now I'm working on my second part of it. And the first thing I wanted to do is start gardening. And so I just purchased those little puppy. They're on their way. And one of the things I wanted to do is learn how to garden, because I have absolutely no experience on how to do that. But I may be moving in the next year or so, and then I want to invest in a setup that basically would have to be moved again, and then it would change the conditions and everything else. But I wanted to learn the skills, and so I thought I would kill 2 birds with 1 stone. And what I did is that I bought this kit, which is herbs and medicinal herbs. So not only that they're easier to grow, I have the experience to learn how to grow things and how it works in the soil and all that. And as well as the other advantage of that is that I will be, when I move, then they'll be easy to move. And so I found a little container that I'll be able to put them in. And the second part of this is it'll create its own little series, because I want to build, I plan this summer to be out on the road a little bit more. And gardening and going out on the road doesn't go so well. So what I wanted to do was to be able to build up on my balcony here a system where I could do 2 things: collect the water, rain, so basically harvest the rain. We do have a lot of that, not so much in the summer, but we have periods of like heavy raining and then sun, and heavy raining and sun. But I wanted to harvest the rain, and after that use that rain and feed it up to my my garden bed. But because I'll be away, would like to find a way to make it automatically. And so I found someone that will be willing to help me build that system. And so that should be a few videos coming in on how basically to make it automatically, how to feed the beds, and the process of growing. And I'll keep you up to date on how it goes and everything. So that should be an interesting project for this summer. And my understanding is now is a pretty good time to start, because literally I'll go from the seed up, so I'll have to grow the herbs and seed them, and there's little containers you have to buy, and so it'll be a continuous project. Plus it will push me to do finally that project of building my own, making my own medication, which gets back to self-reliance medicine. So that's a project that's coming. The second one is, now that I built my 2 months and I'm gonna be more on the other part of the food, I set up this new basket now in my pantry. And what I want to start doing is, once in a while when there's a sale or something, buy products like skim milk, and think more long term. So how to make your own bread and things like that. Not just feeding myself, but okay, now it's a little bit the big recession again, and for a year, so more economic collapse. More economics collapse, sorry. And when that goes down, being able to eat, but you don't want to eat like dry food the whole time, and so be able to yeah, like I said, build some bread. And so I'm starting to build in that basket. That's why it will be a little bit longer term. If there's a sale on some cans or stuff, have that as well, and so that I can build slowly a more sustainable and more tasty longer period of time. But one product that I found today when I did my grocery, and I'm very happy I found, back when I was back east and I went hiking, for the breakfast, I used to make like cereals and stuff like this. I used to bring this milk, and it's been a long time I didn't see it. It's not everywhere that sells that, so I don't know if it's an Easter thing or just Canada, but I'll have a link down of what it is. And basically, it's a milk, but instead of being in the refrigerator, it's on the shelves. And right now, this one is good until it's open, but it's good until June. And right now we're March, so about April, May, June. Yeah, so about 3 to 4 months. It's good outside the refrigerator. Once you open that up, it's good for 20 days in the fridge, which is a little bit longer than most milk as well. And because it's a small format, like 1 liter, if you're 2 people, or you're making your bread, that's pretty good, because you don't even, once you open it, you don't really need to refrigerate. If you decide that day you're going to use some milk, you could use it the same day, so you won't need refrigeration. So yeah, great little product that I really like. I like the taste. I never seen the difference while I was on the hiking and stuff. So I found some, and so I bought a few. I'll be using them on recipes that I have here, because I'm not a big milk drinker, so usually I don't carry it, because I usually drink it when I have my tea. I put a little bit of milk in it. There's a certain tea I drink. It's called London Fog, and that's how I usually get my milk for the day. But now this one will be for like recipes, sustainable, making breads and stuff like that. So I'll be trying it, but I wanted to mention it because maybe a lot of people never heard of that, and the link will be down. And for the last part, I wanted to follow up on, and you'll have the link of the video from potpourri, which made their good video on agenda and how to be more organized, especially when the prepare community. And just as she was making that video, I was in the process of going back to a system that I used to use. It's mostly based out of Stephen Covey's book, The 7 Habits of the Most Effective People. Now it's 8 habits because he added one and before he died. But the book is I forgot which number it is, but it's called put first things first and priority to priorities. And it's how you schedule your system and especially when you have a lot of things going on, a lot of hobbies and passions, but you want to feel fulfilled, so the way you do it, and I always did it on books, but I never did it with I never found a good electronic version. Well, a person just did one, and so I started to use it, and it's pretty good. So I'll have the link down on how to use it, and it's free unless you want the premium part and add more to it, but a good portion of it is free, and also it comes in apps, and so you can use it on different devices. So I have it on my phone, and if I put something in, it goes with the cloud and everything, so it's great for that. But to add to our video is something I found when I was in school. It's called Evernote. And not many people, I think, heard of that, because I know at work, every time I was mentioning, oh, I never heard of that, even in the class, nobody ever heard of this. Well, remember when you were in school and you would write those little cards for starting and everything? It's exactly the same system, but obviously in an electronic version. The beauty of it is multi-platform, so that you're an Apple person or iOS or a Android or whatever is your platform, it can be used on all those different platforms, and it use the cloud as well. So what you put on one goes onto the others. And there'll be a link down of a beginner of explaining a little bit how it works and all that. But the way I use it, and I'll show a little bit of pictures here right now, is the first thing, if I watch a YouTube video and I really like an information, or in this example here, how the graph was showing, basically I stopped the video and I took a screenshot, and then I was able to make a note out of it. And then you can modify the note, you can write stuff on it, or you can add. But with the Evernote, you can talk, you can take pictures, videos, you can pretty much any way of audio, video format that you want, you can add to it. So it's great for keeping things all together and in one place. The other way I use it is that if I read a magazine like this picture here, is you can take a picture, literal picture out of your camera, and that's what it is now here. And with the pictures, then you can crop it up, you can do modification, and then you have the information to be able to review. Because I found especially when you really want to get better at it and you start reading and doing stuff and try to remember it. You read all those books, but oh yeah, where's that information? Well, now you can take a picture, or so instead of highlighting, because if you highlight in the book, unless you review the book, you don't have it. And so sometimes what I'll do now, instead of highlighting in the book, I'll just take a picture of the page and again crop it up, and then I put it in there. So now when I want to review, because you can tag in Evernote, let's say disaster, when I review the section disaster, all the information that I put under that will be in there, and then I can review and refresh my memory. So it would be a good way of doing it. The other way too, it's on this picture here, and this is with the e-electronic, because a lot of people don't like e-electronic because they cannot read out of either the iPads or the e-readers. But I personally like it because for one, it's cheaper, and second is that you can carry more with you. So if you go in one place, you can carry 5 or 6 or 7 magazines. And now with airplanes, that they kind of let you use them. It's almost like that was the only advantage I had of a book versus an e-reader when I was traveling, is that you can open the device sometime in some airplanes, but now they pretty much let you do it right from the start. So it's a big advantage of having this. And all I did is, like I was showing on that picture, is that you take a screenshot, you crop it up or whatever you want to do, and then you put it in your notes. So this was the 3 little things I wanted to talk about. So I wanted to talk about the new series that may come with the gardening, the Grand Prix milk, as well as how to be a little bit more tools to help you either schedules prepared, or keep track of the notes and all those research that you do with Evernote. And also based on just as a little update to finish, as people responded to my video of my bag, I will do a series on the bag, and maybe in the same time each module that I get out and show, maybe I'll improve it on the spot. So I'll try to make videos now a little bit more on a regular basis, now that I don't have school anymore. And there's some more course of disaster that I'm going to be taking now, but online, and that should help me develop a little bit more content for the channel. So I'll talk to you soon.